better you. It's to better you. When you eat all that swine and you get diabetes, that's the Most High chastening your ass. You shouldn't be eating that shit.
Where's the ham people at?
Man, don't come up here, man. Wait till I address you, man. Don't come up here with that shit. This ain't for you anyway, you fucking cracker. Go ahead.
For he make him sore and bind it up. He wounded and his hands make whole.
He woundeth and he makes whole, man. The Most High does that, man. And it's all to better you, man. Keep going.
He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Con. He said he should deliver us in 6 troubles, and the 7th shall no man or shall nothing touch us, man. And he's talking about the elect, man. When Esau comes down with his fury and his wrath, man, when he's killing off everybody and niggas against everybody and all this shit is chaos, sedition among men, guess what? The Most High's elect, none of this shit's gonna touch us, man. We're gonna be somewhere cozy and safe, man, out of harm's way. Out of harm's way. Keep going.
And famine, he shall redeem thee from death.
Con, man. When these niggas is out here starving to death, man, when these bitches is out here eating their babies and cannibalism's going on, we're gonna be getting fed. The Most High said he's gonna provide food and raiment. Or was it food and raiment? Yeah, con. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And war from the power of the sword, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
No, man, he's gonna put the spirit on us for not to be afraid of this shit, man. Death is, like I said, death is beautiful, man. Death is a beautiful thing, man. These motherfuckers mourn, they're afraid to die. Man, why would you be afraid to die when the way you're living is you're tormented already? Wouldn't you want to get put out of your misery? Huh? I know I would. You know, death is beautiful. Death is beautiful, man.
Death in Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Con.
Hey, with that, what's more important, the brother said death is beautiful, which it is. This is misery living in this shit. And the brother said Yahweh Shai died. What's more important is that Yahweh Shai resurrected. You know, you can't neglect that. All right, so even if brothers was to get put to death, if you part of the elect, we're gonna be resurrected back with the Lord, man. All right, the Lord gonna bring us back.
I know I was saying death in Yahweh Shai.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The water. Death in Yahweh Shai is beautiful, man. All right. I'm gonna get to this article about North Korea, man, because North Korea is spazzing out, man. You know. So getting to it, the article is called "North Korea threatens to take stronger measure than third nuclear test." All right, it says KCNA State News Agency reported the DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or North Korea, has drawn a final conclusion that it will have to take a measure stronger than a nuclear test to cope with the hostile forces' nuclear war moves that have become even more undisguised, the media agency said. Pyongyang did not spell out which actions it would take. It came after sanctions were placed on North Korea by the UN Security Council following the December long-range rocket launch. All right, so sanctions against North Korea is nothing new. Whenever another nation does something that Esau doesn't like, or the UN Security Council doesn't like, which is Edomites, all Edomites are Europeans, they impose sanctions on that nation to hinder them from doing business, which cripples them and has them relying on the so-called white man. All right, so I looked up that word sanctions, and it means a threatened penalty for disobeying a law or rule. Now you gotta ask yourself, North Korea is not part of America. North Korea is not part of Russia. North Korea is not part of Great Britain. It's not part of Greece, Spain, Portugal, Italy, so on and so forth. Germany. All right. North Korea is its own country. So for North Korea to be threatened with a penalty for disobeying a law or rule. What rule is that? The rule of Esau. Grab Job 9:24, Baba Shah. All right, because the ones who came up with the whole Security Council thing, all right, is the Edomites, so-called white people. All right, white nations. All right, so that lets you know that that rule that it's talking about is the rule of the so-called white man. Go ahead.
This is Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, you got to ask yourself that. Now, what nation of people makes laws that governs the whole world? Because here it is, each nation. If you go to damn Germany, there's certain laws you got to abide. If you go to Portugal, there's certain laws you got to abide. You go to Australia, certain laws you got to abide by, so on and so forth. But on top of that, you have Edomites, the UN Security Council or whatnot, NATO, that impose laws that supersede the laws of these other nations, man. So that lets you know that if the so-called white man via NATO can go into any country they want to and totally abolish whatever laws that particular country has set up, lets you know that the so-called white man is the wicked according to the scriptures, because he's the one. It's all them NATO nations is all Edomite nations, all so-called Caucasian nations. So that lets you know when the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, that's talking about the so-called white man without a doubt, man. We know that. Go ahead.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Yeah, if it's not the so-called white man that covered the faces of the judges, being the Israelites, because that's who the judges are, the rightful judges of the earth. They tell you that in Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. All right, who is it, man? You don't have a global police force of Chinese people imposing their sanctions or their laws, all right, or their global dominance, hegemony on other nations. It's only the so-called white man that does that, man. All right. So it says that a threatened penalty. The word sanction means a threatened penalty for disobeying a law or rule. Measures taken by a state to coerce another to conform to an international agreement or norms of conduct, typically in the form of restrictions on trade or official sporting participation. All right, and I got that from OxfordDictionaries.com. So, first and foremost, the word sport means to make mockery of. All right, now here it is. The so-called white man got total control of the earth, man. All these nations, they make mockery of who? The Israelites, man, of us. So that's why in Psalms, when they talk about the other nations are confederate against us, that's because they're making sport of us. They're making mockery of us, man. All right, here it is. We got Israelites in captivity and slavery, and it ain't nothing they can do. We can go from this country to this country and establish wealth, but these niggas, these spicks and these Uncle Tomahawks is still at the bottom of the food chain, man. That's making mockery, man. That's a sport to them.
It's a sport, right? Yeah. Now who is mostly in these major sports today? It's Jake, right? So pretty much Esau's making mockery of Jake. That's their entertainment, you know. Because me and this brother went to a restaurant down in Olympia, and they was watching fucking basketball. Old ass Edomites in the restaurant watching basketball, you know. That's their entertainment, man.
And back in the days, what was their sport? It was the gladiators. You know what I'm saying? Niggas killing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Or Jake killing Jake. Django too. You know what I'm saying? The Mandingo fighters. You know what I'm saying? That was their sport. No. Yeah.
Gun. So the word sanction, when you do the etymology on it, it comes from the 1560s, and it means confirmation or enactment of law. Which that law, them sanctions, you know, is imposed by the so-called white man. All right, enactment of law, from Latin sanctionem, act of decreeing or ordaining, decree, ordinance, conform, ratify, make sacred. All right, and there's nothing sacred about the so-called white man. All right, but pretty much when NATO goes into another nation like Libya, for instance, or Egypt, what do? They ratify the laws of that land, man. All right, when they took down Hosni Mubarak and set up the new puppet in Egypt, that was them ratifying the laws of that land. When the so-called white man went into Libya and took down Gaddafi, that was them ratifying the laws of that land, man. All right, when they went into Iraq, what happened? For a while, they had to teach the damn Iraqis how to govern their country, man. Esau had American troops training the Iraqi troops, man. That's ratifying the laws of that land, man. All right. All right. So continuing on this in this article, it says Pyongyang did not spell out which actions it would take. It comes after sanctions were placed on North Korea by the UN Security Council following a December long-range rocket launch. The launch was in violation of UN resolutions which banned, well, let me say this. America had the NASA space project that went on for shit, a couple decades. Now, you didn't have Asians, you didn't have North Korea, South Korea, China, Japan, or any other nation for that fact that was condemning NASA from doing this space exploration, so to say. All right, and that's a rocket right there. A spaceship is a rocket, man. Now, Esau could try to say, well, it wasn't used for military purposes and whatnot. But Esau, the so-called white man in America, shot rockets up into space, and they actually got lasers up there, man. How did those lasers get up into space? You see what I'm saying? So, the so-called white man is the goddamn devil.
Man. Walter had a degree on righteous decrees, man.
Come on, beautifully stated, brother. It says, it comes after sanctions were placed on North Korea by UN Security Council following a December long-range rocket launch. The launch was in violation of UN resolutions which banned the country from developing missile or nuclear technology after nuclear tests in 2006 and 2009. The December launch was met with a UN Security Council resolution which demanded North Korea abandon its nuclear weapons program in a complete, verifiable, and irreversible manner, as well as Pyongyang cease rocket launches. So the so-called white man's like, look, man, y'all gotta totally terminate all your nuclear program. All right, but you got the so-called white man here in America that's not stopping his nuclear program. All right, the Russians ain't stopping their nuclear program. Iran's not stopping their nuclear program. All right, but the so-called white man is the goddamn devil, man. The so-called white man is the devil. All right. It's a lot.
Well, I'm gonna call that bitch now because I kind of said, just because he said it, so I make a little joke. What's my problem? I can't have a happy day and joke. I can't have a happy day and joke.
Confusion, man.
Hey, be about your way, man.
Stupid shit.
Be about your way, man.
No, I'm gonna see what's happening to me. Okay, see what happened to me. I mean, I almost have a
you got a little midget. You little dead in the middle looking at bitch. Get out of here.
This guy on a fucking wig.
What do you guys do? It's good though, it's good.
Shut up,
What
bitch.
everybody
You see how he really brings
Folly, man.
Hey, this is
Confusion.
Take that fucking wig off, man.
This white bitch thinks she's black.
Really? Fuck with me, you gotta be fucked up.
Shut up, bitch.
You see that, brother, man?
Hey, she's a real dwarf.
That bitch
Talking with her hands and shit. Bitch, you're not Jake.
And that's what brothers gotta deal with, man.
folly, man. Babylon, man. This
place gotta go.
Confusion, man.
Them hoes is out of order, man.
Out of order, man.
Completely out of order.
Out of order.
Completely out of order, man. And that's exactly what brothers got to deal with, man. So all you damn scoffers that want to sit up there and talk shit about us, y'all ain't enduring that. Y'all ain't got to deal with